tonight. For some reason I remember me. There was a time I didn't think twice before I left. I didn't check how I looked when I was happy. I said what I meant, I changed my mind. I danced when there was music and stayed when there was nothing to say. I didn't know how precious that woman was. And life happened, and little by little I became careful. I learned how to hide the parts of me that could be hurt. I thought that was growing up, but I remember me before I learned to be afraid, before I measured every word, before I thought love had to be earned. I remember me, and she was beautiful, not because she had everything, but because she never needed to pretend. I wonder where she went. I wonder if she is still somewhere inside me. I spent years looking for myself in other people's eyes, waiting for someone to tell me I was enough. I mistook being wanted for being known. I mistook being needed for being loved. And somewhere between those things I became a stranger to myself. But lately, when the house is quiet, I hear her, not clearly, just enough to know she never really left. I remember me, the woman who could sit with uncertainty, the woman who didn't need an answer for everything. She could love without holding on, she could leave without hating, she could cry without feeling weak. I remember her, and for the first time I don't wish I could become her again. I just wanna make room for her. If I could meet her, I wouldn't tell her what I know now. I wouldn't warn her about the heartbreak. I wouldn't tell her who would stay or who would leave. I'd only say, don't be afraid of the woman you will become. She will lose things, she will lose people, she will lose some versions of herself. But one day she will understand. None of it made her less worthy of love. And when she finally looks back, she will find you waiting. I don't need to get my old life back. I don't lost my own voice. I remember me, now I know she was never gone. She was underneath all the things I learned to survive, waiting not for someone to rescue her, just for me to finally listen. So here I am, no perfect ending, no grand beginning, just this heart still beating, still mine. I remember me, and I think she remembers me too. I don't remember the first time you were there. I think that's what makes it special. You were simply always there. You were there when I had nothing to say. When I came home, too tired to explain, you never asked me to become happier. You just made room for whatever I was. You knew when to speak, you knew when not to, and somehow that became a kind of love I didn't have a name for. Years can pass without announcing themselves. One ordinary day becomes another, until you look back and realize someone has been walking beside you all along. You were there, not loudly, not asking to be remembered. You were there in the years I barely noticed, in the moments I thought no one saw me. And now I understand, some people don't change your life by answering it, they change it by staying. You were there, and I was loved more than I knew. You saw the versions of me I wanted to forget, the woman who didn't know what she wanted, the one who changed her mind, the one who was afraid of being alone. You never kept a record of my mistakes, you never used my weakest days against me. You simply remembered who I was when I couldn't. I used to think love had to be unforgettable, something that could stop the world. Now I think maybe real love is the thing that lets the world keep turning, while someone makes sure you don't fall apart. You were there through the years I thought were ordinary, through every small beginning, every quiet ending, every time I thought I was alone. You were there, and I didn't know how rare that was. I didn't know how much of my life was held together by someone who never asked for credit. If I could give you one thing now, it wouldn't be a promise, it wouldn't be forever. I'd give you the years years I didn't notice. I'd give you every ordinary day. I was too busy to understand. I'd sit beside you and listen, even if we said nothing at all. Because now I know nothing was ever really nothing when you were there. You made being alive feel less lonely. I hope you knew. Two lives quietly making room for each other. Year after year, you were there. When I became someone new, you were there. When I lost pieces of who I was, when I found them again, you were there. And somehow that was enough. So if I never said it, if I made your presence look ordinary, I'm sorry. There was nothing ordinary about it. You were the place my heart could rest without explaining why. You were there. And because you were, I was never quite as alone as I thought. I know now. You were there all along. You were there all along. Thank you. Spent so many years trying to become someone worth remembering. I wonder now, who was I trying to impress? I kept a list of things I hadn't done, places I hadn't seen, names I thought I should have known. I measured my life against other people's lives, and somehow always came up short. So I kept moving, even when I was tired, especially then. I thought someday I'd finally arrive at the woman I was supposed to be, but perhaps there was never anywhere else to go. Maybe I was enough before I knew how to say it. Maybe these hands did everything they were meant to do. Maybe the years I thought I'd wasted were simply the years that made me. And maybe I don't have to become someone extraordinary to know my life was worth living. There were mornings I couldn't remember what I was rushing toward. There were people I loved quietly because I thought they already knew. There were words I swallowed, not because they weren't important, but because I thought there would always be another time. I know better now. Nothing stays because we ask it to. Nothing waits because we are ready. So I am learning to look at what is here while it is here. Maybe I was enough in the years I called ordinary, in the days I thought didn't matter, in the moments no one would remember. Maybe that was the life, not the one I kept waiting for, but this one, the one that was already mine. If I could sit with the younger woman I used to be, I wouldn't tell her how everything turns out. I'd tell her, you don't have to earn your place in this world. You don't have to be remarkable every day. You don't have to make everyone proud. Some days getting through is enough. Some days loving someone is enough. Some days being here is everything. You are not late, you are alive. Maybe I was enough. Maybe I always was. Before the applause, before the answers, before I learned to compare my life with anyone else's. Maybe the people I thought I disappointed remember me more kindly than I remember myself. Maybe the love I thought was too small was the very thing that kept me going. Maybe I was enough, not perfect, not fearless, not extraordinary, just here, just human, just alive. And if tomorrow takes something from me, I won't call it a failure, I will call it a life that happened, and I was lucky enough to be inside it. Maybe I was enough. Maybe I still am. We did anything wrong. Maybe some things just don't know how to stay. There wasn't a final moment, no terrible words, no one walked away angry. We simply became a little quieter, farther apart, until one day I noticed I knew your memories better than I knew your dreams. And I wondered when it happened how two people could hold so much history and still become strangers to tomorrow. We were good while we were here. Maybe that's enough. You were kind to me when I needed kindness. I loved you in the ways I knew how. We laughed, we hurt, we stayed for a while, and I don't wanna turn that just because it didn't last. I remember the ordinary things, the way you knew when I was tired, the way I knew when you needed silence. We didn't always need words, sometimes just being there was enough. And maybe that's why leaving was so hard. There was nothing to blame, only something to release. I spent so long looking for a reason, as if understanding could make goodbye less real. But perhaps some endings don't need an explanation, they only need acceptance. We were good while we were here, and I won't rewrite those years. I won't pretend they weren't beautiful just because they became memories. You were part of the woman I became, and I will always be grateful for that, even if I am no longer part of your tomorrow. If I saw you now, I don't think I'd ask you to come back. I'd ask you if you're happy, and if you said yes, I think I'd smile, because loving someone shouldn't mean needing their life to remain attached to yours. Maybe that's the last kind of love, the kind that can let go without making what came before smaller. We were real, that is enough. We were good while we were here, and maybe that is the beautiful part. Not everything we love is meant to stay. Some people come into our lives and quietly change the shape of us, then they leave, and the shape remains. So no, I won't call you a mistake, I won't call us a waste of time. You were one of the good chapters, even if you weren't the last one. We were good while we were here, and tonight I can finally say goodbye without wishing the past were different, without needing tomorrow to replace it. Just gratitude for the time, for the love, for the two people we were when we were still here. I hope you're happy, I mean that. We were good while we were here. I used to wonder, when my life was over, what would I have to show for it? I thought the answer had to be something I could hold. I was wrong. I never built anything famous, never stood where people turn to look. I made dinners, kept promises, someone couldn't sleep. I thought those things would disappear without a trace. Maybe that's why I never counted them. We spent so much time looking for proof that we were here. We forget some things are meant to live inside another person. Maybe I left something behind, not a name, not a story people will tell, just a little warmth in someone's memory. A sentence they still remember, a hand they once held, a place where they felt safe. Maybe I left something behind, and maybe that is enough. There was a girl who once came to me broken. She didn't say much, she didn't have to. I sat beside her until she could breathe a little easier. Years later, she told me she remembered that night. I had forgotten it, she hadn't. That's when I understood we don't always know what matters while we're doing it. Sometimes the smallest kindness outlives everything we thought was important. Maybe I left something behind in the way someone learned to forgive, in the way someone stopped being afraid, in the courage of someone who once believed they couldn't go on. Maybe one day someone will think of me and smile, not because I was extraordinary, but because I was kind when it mattered. If I had known that the smallest moments could become someone's reason to keep going, I would have stayed a little longer, listened a little closer, put down what I thought was so important. But maybe that's the beautiful thing. We don't know, we simply live, and somewhere beyond our knowing, our lives touch other lives. Maybe that's what a life is, not what we keep, but what remains in someone else. Maybe I left something behind, more than I knew, a little courage, a little tenderness, a reason to believe that people can still be good. Maybe the love I thought was ordinary wasn't ordinary at all. Maybe every time I showed up, every time I stayed, every time I said, you're not alone, something of me stayed too. And if someday I am forgotten, I think I'll be alright, because I was here, I loved, I listened, I tried, and somewhere in a life I may never see again, a small part of me is still living, not as a memory, but as a kindness. Maybe I left something behind, I just didn't know. Maybe that was the point. was a time I didn't think twice before I left. I didn't check how I looked when I was happy. I said what I meant, I changed my mind. I danced when there was music and stayed when there was nothing to say. I didn't know how precious that woman was. Then life happened, and little by little I became careful. I learned how to hide the parts of me that could be hurt. I thought that was growing up, but I remember me before I learned to be afraid, before I measured every word, before I thought love had to be earned. I remember me, and she was beautiful, not because she had everything, but because she never needed to pretend. I wonder where she went. If she is still somewhere inside me. I spent years looking for myself in other people's eyes, waiting for someone to tell me I was enough. I mistook being wanted for being known. I mistook being needed for being loved. And somewhere between those things I became a stranger to myself. But lately, when the house is quiet, I hear her, not clearly, just enough to know she never really left. I remember me, the woman who could sit with uncertainty, the woman who didn't need an answer for everything. She could love without holding on. She could leave without hating. She could cry without feeling weak. I remember her, and for the first time, I don't wish I could become her again. I just wanna make room for her. If I could meet her, I wouldn't tell her what I know now. I wouldn't warn her about the heartbreak. I wouldn't tell her who would stay or who would leave. I'd only say, don't be afraid of the woman you will become. She will lose things, she will lose people, she will lose some versions of herself. But one day she will understand. None of it made her less worthy of love. And when she finally looks back, she will find you waiting. I remember me, and I think I'm coming home. Not to the girl I used to be, but to the woman she was trying to become. I don't need to get my old life back. I don't need to undo the years. Every mistake, every goodbye, every lonely night brought something back to me. Something I thought I'd lost, my own voice. I remember me, and now I know she was never gone. She was underneath all the things I learned to survive. Waiting, not for someone to rescue her, just for me to finally listen. perfect ending, no grand beginning. Just this heart, still beating, still mine. I remember me, and I think she remembers me too. First time you were there, I think that's what makes it special. You were simply always there. You were there when I had nothing to say, when I came home too tired to explain. You never asked me to become happier. You just made room for whatever I was. You knew when to speak, you knew when not to, and somehow that became a kind of love I didn't have a name for. Years can pass without announcing themselves. One ordinary day becomes another, until you look back and realize someone has been walking beside you all along. You were there, not loudly, not asking to be remembered. You were there in the years I barely noticed, in the moments I thought no one saw me. And now I understand. Some people don't change your life by entering it, they change it by staying. You were there, and I was loved more than I knew. You saw the versions of me I wanted to forget, the woman who didn't know what she wanted, the one who changed her mind, the one who was afraid of being alone. You never kept a record of my mistakes, you never used my weakest days against me. You simply remembered who I was when I couldn't. I used to think love had to be unforgettable, something that could stop the world. Now I think maybe real love is the thing that lets the world keep turning, while someone makes sure you don't fall apart. You were there through the years I thought were ordinary, through every small beginning, every quiet ending, every time I thought I was alone. You were there, and I didn't know how rare that was. I didn't know how much of my life was held together by someone who never asked for credit. If I could give you one thing now, it wouldn't be a promise, it wouldn't be forever. I'd give you the years I didn't notice, I'd give you every ordinary day. I was too busy to understand beside you and listen, even if we said nothing at all, because now I know nothing was ever really nothing when you were there. You made being alive feel less lonely. I hope you knew you were there, and maybe that's the greatest love story I know. Not the kind people write about, not the kind that makes promises. Just two lives quietly making room for each other, year after year. You were there when I became someone new, when I lost pieces of who I was, when I found them again. You were there, and somehow that was enough. So if I never said it, if I made your presence look ordinary, I'm sorry. There was nothing ordinary about it. You were the place my heart could rest, without explaining why you were there. And because you were, I was never quite as alone as I thought. I know now you were there all along. Thank you. Thank you. I spent so many years trying to become someone worth remembering. I wonder now, who was I trying to impress? I kept a list of things I hadn't done, places I hadn't seen, names I thought I should have known. I measured my life against other people's lives, and somehow always came up short. So I kept moving, even when I was tired, especially then. I thought someday I'd finally arrive at the woman I was supposed to be, but perhaps there was never anywhere else to go. Maybe I was enough before I knew how to say it. Maybe these hands did everything they were meant to do. Maybe the years I thought I'd wasted were simply the years that made me. And maybe I don't have to become someone extraordinary to know my life was worth living. There were mornings I couldn't remember what I was rushing toward. There were people I loved quietly because I thought they already knew. There were words I swallowed, not because they weren't important, but because I thought there would always be another time. I know better now. Nothing stays because we ask it to. Nothing waits because we are ready. So I am learning here. Maybe I was in love in the years I called ordinary, in the days I thought didn't matter, in the moments no one would remember. Maybe that was the life, not the one I kept waiting for, but this one, the one that was already mine. If I could sit with the younger woman I used to be, I wouldn't tell her how everything turns out. I'd tell her, you don't have to earn your place in this world. You don't have to be remarkable every day. You don't have to make everyone proud. Some days getting through is enough. Some days loving someone is enough. Some days being here is everything. You are not late, you are alive. Maybe I was enough, maybe I always was. Before the applause, before the answers, before I learned to compare my life with anyone else's. Maybe the people I thought I disappointed remember me more kindly than I remember myself. Maybe the love I thought was too small was the very thing that kept me going. Maybe I was enough, not perfect, not fearless, not extraordinary, just here, just human, just alive. And if tomorrow takes something from me, I won't call it a failure, I will call it a life that happened, and I was lucky enough to be inside it. Maybe I was enough, maybe I still am. I don't think we did anything wrong. Maybe some things just don't know how to stay. There wasn't a final moment, no terrible words, no one walked away angry. We simply became a little quieter, then a little farther apart, until one day I noticed I knew your memories better than I knew your dreams. And I wondered when it happened how two people could hold so much history and still become strangers to tomorrow. We were good while we were here, maybe that's enough. You were kind to me when I needed kindness. I loved you in the ways I knew how. We laughed, we hurt, we stayed for a while, and I don't wanna turn that into failure just because it didn't last. I remember the ordinary things, the way you knew when I was tired, the way I knew when you needed silence. We didn't always need words, sometimes just being there was enough. And maybe that's why leaving was so hard. There was nothing to blame, only something to release. I spent so long looking for a reason, as if understanding could make goodbye less real. But perhaps some endings don't need an explanation, they only need acceptance. We were good while we were here, and I won't rewrite those years. I won't pretend they weren't beautiful just because they became memories. You were part of the woman I became, and I will always be grateful for that, even if I am no longer part of your tomorrow. If I saw you now, I don't think I'd ask you to come back. I'd ask you if you're happy, and if you said yes, I think I'd smile, because loving someone shouldn't mean needing their life to remain attached to yours. Maybe that's the last kind of love, the kind that can let go without making what came before smaller. We were real, that is enough. We were good while we were here, and maybe that is the beautiful part. Not everything we love is meant to stay. Some people come into our lives and quietly change the shape of us, then they leave, and the shape remains. So no, I won't call you a mistake, I won't call us a waste of time. You were one of the good chapters, even if you weren't the last one. We were good while we were here, and tonight I can finally say goodbye without wishing the past were different, without needing tomorrow to replace it. Just gratitude for the time, for the love, for the two people we were when we were still here. I hope you're happy, I mean that. We were good while we were here. I used to wonder, when my life was over, what would I have to show for it? I thought the answer had to be something I could hold. I was wrong. I never built anything famous, never stood where people turned to look. promises, remembered birthdays, stayed awake when someone couldn't sleep. I thought those things would disappear without a trace. Maybe that's why I never counted them. We spend so much time looking for proof that we were here. We forget some things are meant to live inside another person. Maybe I left something behind, not a name, not a story. People will tell just a little warmth in someone's memory, a sentence they still remember, a hand they once held, a place where they felt safe. Maybe I left something behind, and maybe that is enough. There was a girl who once came to me broken. She didn't say much, she didn't have to. I sat beside her until she could breathe a little easier. Years later, she told me she remembered that night. I had forgotten it, she hadn't. That's when I understood we don't always know what matters while we're doing it. Sometimes the smallest kindness outlives everything we thought was important. Maybe I left something behind in the way someone learned to forgive, in the way someone stopped being afraid, in the courage of someone who once believed they couldn't go on. Maybe one day someone will think of me and smile, not because I was extraordinary, but because I was kind when it mattered. If I had known that the smallest moments could become someone's reason to keep going, I would have stayed a little longer, listened a little closer, put down what I thought was so important. But maybe that's the beautiful thing. We don't know, we simply live, and somewhere beyond our knowing, our lives touch other lives. Maybe that's what a life is, not what we keep, but what remains in someone else. Maybe I left something behind, more than I knew, a little courage, a little tenderness, a reason to believe that people can still be good. Maybe the love I thought was ordinary wasn't ordinary at all. Maybe every time I showed up, every time I stayed, every time I said, you're not alone, something of me stayed too. And if someday I am forgotten, I think I'll be alright, because I was here, I loved, I listened, I tried, and somewhere in a life I may never see again, a small part of me is still living, not as a memory, but as a kindness